What's up, Songwriters Lounge? This is Andrew from Mountain Laurel. Thank you so much for featuring our debut single, The Weather, on your podcast. Mountain Laurel started in some capacity about 9 years ago. Many of the band members went to college together, and we've been playing as a New York City cover band for that whole time, but decided to use our free time during the quarantine period here in New York and Connecticut, where we're from, to finally put some of our songs that have been in the pipeline for years to record them and put them out to the world. So we're thrilled with the way our debut came out, and thank you so much for featuring it. The song The Weather is about conversations that many of us have had many times that tend to be, a lot of words and nothing said. So I hope you enjoy the song, and thanks again for featuring it on the pod. 25 to life in the Lincoln Tunnel, back and forth and back again. He had plans to fix the world for his new baby girl. When the hell did this all happen? So tell me about the weather. Did you hear it was gonna rain? New day, no better. I guess we'll go ahead and do this again, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
You were bopping to that, man. That got us going.
Oh, man. It reminds me, I listened to this a few times. I don't know if you guys played this game a few years ago. It's called Dave Mirror Freestyle BMX. And it was on like the PlayStation 1 or something. And the soundtrack sounded
Not
exactly...
a few years ago then.
It was a few years ago, yeah, like the early 2000s. And the soundtrack was... This song would have fit right in.
Yeah.
And, I maybe played that game when I was 12. But as soon as this song hit, it took me back to playing that game. And I love songs that do that. It reminded me of that soundtrack. It would have fit in perfectly. But I love this song. This is fun. Like,
yeah.
It's a very live feel. I imagine they sound exactly like that live.
Yeah.
Which is great. And it's just kind of the way that the song was recorded as well. Like, it's got that very live kind of feel.
Yeah, definitely.
And love it. The drums hit at the exact right time. It starts with the acoustic and his kind of rich voice comes in, and then the drums come in with just just keep that kind of beat going. Loved it. I think that's mandolin in the background, and the verb on that is really nice tail. The electric guitar in the background adds an awful lot to the song. And it's got a lovely tone as well, really nicely picked out. I can imagine just sitting in a beer garden with a few pals, sun's out, couple of beers, and just kind of having a chat, bobbing your head, maybe having a little dance. And, this song's got a guitar solo. If you listen to the whole thing, go to our Spotify playlist, link in the description. You'll hear the whole thing, and it has a great guitar solo towards the end of the song, which I love. A sucker for a guitar solo. In terms of what I would add if I was in the session or the booth, now these guys are a band, so they've obviously got an understanding. So with my kind of not critique, but with my what I would add, I kind of went from a production point of view this time. And there's just a couple of frequencies in the acoustic guitar that I would have liked to have notched out with a really thin cue. Just a couple that were bugging me there. But again, nothing too serious. It's got that real live feel, so I'm sure that's why they've kept it. I would have turned the harmonies up ever so slightly. And I think what I would have added was a shaker. I think this tune was crying out for just a just in the background
nice.
there.
Yeah, that'd be nice. A wee egg shaker.
Yeah, that's it. Just in the chorus, throw it out left and right.
Yep.
There we go. That's what I would have done. And, that takes 5 seconds to record a shaker. Loop it. There we go. So that's probably what I would have done. Maybe they did try it. So I don't know, but that's something that I would have done. Shakers can add so much, especially in the stereo field. Just gives it that kind of like rhythmic feel. And yeah, I mean, apart from that, it's great. I think, they want it to feel, they said they're a New York cover band, so I think they kind of want to keep that live feel, and they've done it beautifully. So great song.
I mean, the fact that is their first debut single, is that what you said? That's amazing.
I think so, yeah.
Because that is
Love
some
it.
seriously good quality music that they've made there. And it's like, I love the simple feel of it.
Me too.
It was not pretending like it was anything other than just like a simple, authentic kind of folky, boppy sound. And straight away, there's something really likable about it, to the point, that me and you were kind of, bouncing our heads and smiling and really enjoying it, because that's the way it made us feel. And straight away, I think when you trigger emotions like that from the music, you've won me over. So great start. And
Definitely.
I love the way, I really like the authentic sound, with the natural squeaks and slides of the acoustic guitar, because it's completely right. It really built that live feel to the track, and I really like that. I'm a real sucker for capturing that as close to reality as possible, but not making it too distracting. If you are getting those kind of frequencies that are just pushing out a wee bit too much. But some really great instrumentation at work here. They've captured it very well. They're clearly a tight-knit band. You can already get a vibe that they've been playing for a long time together. It doesn't feel like a debut single where the band is kind of getting to know each other. It kind of all just worked, which I quite liked. And I really liked the way the track for me started off with just the acoustic, and it grew into what it did. And the clarity, I think it was the room reverb or whatever they used on the side. So you're saying it's the mandolin and the guitar. Whatever they used there in terms of the room reverb did an amazing job at just giving them both so much presence and rich space in the mix, and it made it really upfront but still gave it depth. I'm not sure if it was like a certain type of reverb used, but certainly it was not like a hall reverb. It was a really nice kind of mid-range, I'd say close to mid-range reverb that they just used to really make that live feel happen. And it was well done, and the panning really worked, giving that mix really, that stereo width that we always try and achieve when we're mixing. And I loved the drums. The drums were really mixed well too. Really good level. They didn't kind of sit back too much and let everything else not have the rhythm, but they didn't come in and just take over either. I just really liked the level that they sat in. So yeah, I'm really, really liking this. I think critique for me, I guess the only thing, I'm looking hard here, but the chorus hook could have maybe had something else to it, just to add, that chorus hook, if you like. So I quite liked the idea. When I was listening to it, I got a sense of what would work as like some Q&A vocals, so you've got this guy's lead vocal, which was really solid and really clear, but like some maybe like question and answer style, like coming in the middle of his vocals in that chorus hook, just to emphasize the rhythm that they had, which was the bum 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 bum, just coming in, when he stops and pulls out after the weather, something that would come in there, from maybe his, I don't know if the other members of the band can sing, but it'd be really cool for them to come in there with some sort of backing vocal, just to add another level to the chorus. And really that's all I was kind of thinking, that I would attempt to make it better, really. So
yeah,
I really enjoyed that.
I heard a similar thing when I was listening to it. I was thinking, what could you add there to emphasize that rhythm?
Yeah.
It could be like, are you worried about the weather? Are you worried? Are you worried about the weather?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's something like...
Are you worried? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So experimenting with that kind of thing would be really cool. But likewise, if we were having a beer together and that, was played live in front of us, we'd enjoy that.
Oh, I'd be on the dance floor, mate, I tell you.
So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for sending that in. And very best of luck for the future, and keep on writing your own music, lads, because yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that being a cover band isn't good, right? But you've got some serious talent there if you're writing that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, honestly.
stick with it.
Keep going, lads.
Keep going.